Hello guys, hope you've all been well. Today I'm going to be talking about the second half of my week number 32 of 2024, which was the 8th August, the 8th of August on the Thursday to the 11th on the Sunday of August. Again, no notes. I should really start making notes so I can remember precisely. But I do have my food activity and sleep log that I'm now keeping track of, and that can kind of make me jog my memory. Leaving off on the Wednesday, which is where I draw the halfway point. I slept over at my nan's kind of last minute because she just came back from the hospital. That was her first night at home with no medication. So I came back from training on Tuesday, which I've already spoken about obviously in my previous video, but then yeah, slept at hers and it kind of made it a little bit weird for me. So I woke up on the Thursday morning. Usually training on Thursday morning is quite early. I have to be at the gym at 9:30 and the gym's about an hour and 10 minutes away. So I was thinking, how the fuck am I going to do this? Because I have my car. I can't really park the car at the station because it's going to cost loads of money. I know this one place for free parking that I might have been able to park at. But I went there and it says you can't stay for more than 3 hours. So I was like, shit. So I decided just to drive the car to training. And there goes my WhatsApp. I decided to drive my car to training. And, oh fucking hell, he's going to keep typing. I know this guy. Decided to drive to training and it was alright. The drive was, it reminded me driving in London sucks. I forget. And that was my first time driving in London since I've been back from travelling. And oh my god, it was so fucking awful. You get excited every time you finally get into third gear. It's fucking pathetic. And all the roads are 20 miles an hour max. It's fucking gay. Anyway, I just want to stop here real quick because I need to talk about my bi-weekly goals. I just watched the end of the last video just before hitting record, and my bi-weekly goals were to study other personal trainers and make notes and find out what to do. And I did do that a little bit, but I'm not really happy. I didn't do it enough, and I basically just saw that experience helps. A lot of the successful personal trainers have been doing it a long time, obviously. And something that I've seen just by chance, one personal trainer that I've been following for a while, just because I like his content. He actually DM'd me, and I'm sure he's DM'd many of his other followers. I'm not saying I'm special, but he just sparked up a conversation. He started DMing me. At first, I thought I might be talking to some AI bot, but then he actually sent me a voice note. I was like, holy shit! And now he's giving me like tailored advice, and he's basically just giving me value now. And he hasn't asked for anything in return yet. So, and it's been maybe a week. We've been talking back and forth, and he hasn't even asked for any money yet. And he seems chill. So that's an interesting technique. So I mean, you can make content and then grow a following and DM your followers and give them value first, and then maybe get them to sign up to an online class later. Because if this guy asked me to sign up to some online thing with him, as long as it's reasonably priced, I'm open to it. Because I like his content, I like him already, and now he's messaging me, he's being chill, he's being helpful, he's helping me out. It's awesome. So yeah, that's another thing I could take on board. I wasn't actively looking for that, but it actually found me, so I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, I looked at some other personal trainers, and there's one personal trainer in my area as well. I know of him because he actually bought a shop front on the high street in the town that I live in, and it's just gone out of business, which really surprised me because when it opened, I was hearing about it all the time. The marketing was good. I was hearing about. I mean, I wasn't really the target audience. It was mostly like mothers, like 30-plus-year-old mothers. It was like all like the fit boxing and shit like that, and like dancing basically, like fitness dancing, and like high intensity training classes, all that bollocks. And I just heard about it because I see it on the high street. It was going off crazy on the fucking Facebook page of my town, and it always seemed full. I remember seeing like the Instagram, like, yeah, you have to book in like 45 hours in advance because we're full. And I was like, wow, well done, dude. Because the dude was only like 23, so I was like, shit. Yeah, well done, G. His brand was a good brand, but I feel like I mean, I'm talking completely with no qualifications or experience here, but just from my perspective, I felt like he shared a bit too much of his personal life on his brand. Um, and that's not to say that's why it didn't do very well. But I do know one girl that actually was one of his clients before he even opened up this shop, and she just said, yeah, he wasn't very good. She said, the workout he gave me, I could have done it myself. He didn't really push me. So in other words, I didn't really need him. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know the guy at all, so I don't know how he would have got the money for the funds to open a shop front. But I do know that it's unfortunately failed now. I think this is literally the last week it's open until he's closing up. He's going to go and work at a car dealership. Um, so I was thinking about this. I decided not to use him as a study example because obviously, sadly, he failed. But maybe, I mean, yeah, as to why he failed, it would help if I went to one of the classes or if I knew him. But from my perspective, I would say it's probably because he was too personal and like he shared his life problems on his fucking business page. I don't know why people do that. But yeah, that was a shame. It's a shame to see that. Maybe I could buy the shop front, do the same thing. Um, but yeah, yeah, it seemed a little bit cheesy to me as well. Like his even though the branding seemed good, sometimes the posts were quite cheesy. But I suppose if you're posting really often, you know, one or two is going to be a bit cringe or cheesy. Um, but yeah, uh, in summary, I didn't really look into it enough, and I did have a little bit of a road bump in the middle of the week that sort of changed things a little bit. I'll get to that in a moment. But let me carry on with Thursday. So yeah, turned up on Thursday. I had a hard time waking up because the bed was really comfy. My nan's guest bed is fucking hella comfy. But she's shouting at me. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't want to get up. I was like, fuck it. I got up, got out, drove there, got there just about on time. As I pulled up, my car's making this fucking clinging, clanging noise, and I'm like, oh, fucking hell. I wasn't even sure if I was going to get home without the car breaking down. Kind of forgot about it, put it to the back of my mind when I was training. Felt quite tired as soon as I locked up in wrestling on Thursday morning. And I sort of realised I've been feeling tired most Thursday mornings for the last few weeks. Why is that? And one would say, well, if you're training actively throughout the week, Thursday's quite late in the week, so that's why you'd feel tired. And I'd be open to agree with you, except I feel fine again on Friday. And I'm not really sleeping anymore or eating any more than I usually do, or it doesn't feel like I am. But now I'm tracking all of this, I'll be able to maybe put my finger on what it is and modify that so I can feel better every Thursday. Because I have one training partner every Thursday I just train with, and I'm worried that he's going to think like, dude, this guy's fucking shit. He keeps being tired. He's all like limp and everything. So I don't want, and also I don't want to waste his time. So I told him, like, dude, I'm sorry, the last 2 weeks I've been hella tired. I don't know why. I'll figure it out and we'll be good soon. Sorry about that. I mean, so this week was the first complete week of tracking my food, activity, and sleep, and even just throughout the week, just it just goes to show, just starting is the is the biggest step, because sometimes when it comes to tracking things, it took me a long time to track this. I've been thinking about tracking this for a long time, but I was just thought, oh, I don't know how I'll do it, or like, but I started it finally, and since then I've modified the spreadsheet, and I'm collecting it differently. So I've started it as I don't like this, and I changed it. So if I could just start things more often and change it as I'm doing it, I think I'd be a much better person. So I've changed it, and now in the next week I'm going to be a little bit more detailed in the training classes, and I'm going to rank my energy out of 10, my attentiveness, and also my performance in rolling at the end. Because that not necessarily correlates with the energy. Sometimes the energy in the fucking demonstration is really low, but then someone puts it on you and you find the energy in rolling and you do well. Sometimes it's even the other way around. But yeah, so I'm going to start having those pointers coming on this week, the following week. Would that be week 33, I think? Yeah. But we won't talk about that yet because it hasn't happened. But yeah, so yeah, I did the wrestling, and I felt you know, I felt a little bit more lively in the wrestling rounds after the demonstration. And I was trying to tell myself, like, come on, man, stop telling yourself you're tired because it's just going to get even worse. Just don't even think in your head that you're tired. I didn't have breakfast that morning either because I just got straight out of bed and went to training. But then after wrestling, I mean, everyone was tired. There was supposed to be 3 groups, 3 pairs of people wrestling, and every time someone lost, you joined the back of the queue and everyone switched in, switched out, and winner stays on. But gradually, one group just completely went into the queue, so now there was only 2 pairs of people, and even at the end there was 1 pair, so everyone was in the queue, and the coach was like, what the fuck? And I was like, sorry coach, everyone's a vegetarian today, and he's like, yeah, they're eating too much soy. And that wrestling coach, I think he likes me, which is always nice, because wrestling coaches can be pretty stern. But yeah, mad chill. He's actually not chill, but he's chill with me, which I like. And I was like, yeah, sorry, coach. He ended it early because everyone was tired. He's like, I'm not going to fucking run this class if no one's going to fucking wrestle. He didn't swear like that. He was actually pretty calm about it, but I was annoyed. Even though I was tired, I was like, what a pathetic way to end a fucking, like, session. But luckily I had 1 session followed directly after that, which was the, if I can just see here, the pro class. And I felt so fucking tired. I did not want to do it. But you know, I was there. I was like, come on, I travelled all this time. Let's just fucking make the most out of it. And I do have a good amount of satisfaction when I finish the training day. And I'm like, I've spent more time training than I have travelling. Because most of the time I can't actually say that because the gym's so far away. I spend more time fucking on the train getting to the gym than I do actually training, which is fucking shit. So when I actually spend more time training than I do on the train, then I feel happy, even if the class wasn't particularly good. But I felt fucking completely knackered. But the coach called me out to be his partner because in the pro classes we do like 20 to 30 minutes of specific sparring. And when we were doing the slow demonstration movements, I was with my other training partner, and I told him that I'm probably going to leave early, man. I'm so tired. He was like, oh, all right, man. When the coach called me to be his partner for that, I was like, I can't say, oh, I'm leaving. So I summoned the energy from the depths of my body to not to completely die, because this guy can destroy me anyway, even if I'm on a fucking fantastic day. I had nothing left. I was like, come on, we need to fight, and he still even more destroyed me. But I wanted to give him a good bit of training, and I think we did all right. And he was a bit tired too. I got the notes here. The coach called me out as a partner for a few rounds, so I found the energy, and I had managed not to die. That's my exact words. So I need to be a little bit more detailed next week going forward with actual like 1 to 10 scales of my performance, and maybe I can make a pattern realization with the sleep or the food that I've been eating or the week around that, so I can improve. But yeah, that was a fucking tough session, and then I had a lovely coffee with my friends afterwards. That started to become almost a daily thing, coffee with the guys afterwards. Fuck me, it's gonna be like £15 a week, a new £15 a week habit of mine. Shit. If you make the money, you can spend the money, you know what I mean? But I'm not really making the money yet, so I should probably stop doing that. So I came home on the Thursday, and I had a porridge at around 3:30, which was it's quite late for a porridge. But I had that, and then I can't remember what I did, to be honest, in between then. But then I had a PT that was around 7. It was a little bit of a later PT. Had that around 7, and then I drove back to my nan's house because I made this creamy chicken dish, and I had the leftovers in her fridge. So after the PT, her house is in the same kind of area. So I'd stopped at her house, and I was just gonna eat it there and spend some time with her because it was only about 8:30 when I finished the PT. And she was like, "Oh, I'm really tired. You have to leave." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "For fuck's sake!" I felt really annoyed at that. I was like, "You want me to go? I can't eat this for 5 minutes." She's like, "No, you have to leave." I was like, "Are you kidding me?" The only reason why I'm here is because I had to fucking come here last night in the middle of Like on 2 minutes' notice, I had to drive to your house and sleep over to look after you. So I had to make this food here because I had ingredients that were going to go out of date. And I'm starving now, and now you want me to take your fucking plate home, so that I'm going to have to return your plate just because I can't eat this here for 5 minutes. She's like, yeah, you have to leave, I'm tired. I was like, are you sick? I couldn't believe it. It really, really annoyed me. Really annoyed me. But obviously I didn't show her that. I said, yeah, fine, I'll leave. So I had to take her fucking plate with my leftovers on it, take it back to my house in my car and eat it. And then we just had a plate for a week. Or, no, not a week. I actually just gave it back today. This is Monday night I'm talking. But it's like, it just made no sense. Like, for fuck's sake. That's really annoying. But yeah, I had that, the creamy chicken at home, gulped it down because I knew that I needed to eat as fast as possible because I was going to go to the gym with my friend later in the evening. So I ate the chicken like half ate, then I had cookies, which was not a good idea, and coffee. I knew it wasn't a good idea as I was eating it. Still did it anyway. And then I went to the gym with my mate around 10:30 and hit the legs. And yeah, it was good. You know, I felt like I was about to faint, and I felt a massive strain up the back of my head when I was doing the squats. Maybe that was because this was the end of the day and lack of sleep, because at this point I woke up at 9:30 and this was now 10:30 and I'm hitting gym, like lifting a lot. I only had 6.5 hours sleep, and yeah, so my point is here, I felt like I was going to pass out at the gym. Was it too late to work out and not enough sleep, or wrong food? Maybe a bit of all. But I'm leaning towards sleep probably. The food was pretty good. Didn't really have any oh, of course, yeah, the carbs were the porridge. So yeah, it probably was the sleep is where I would go there. And yeah, maybe it was a little bit late in the day too, because I'd been up for maybe 11 hours by that point. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, the leg day was good though. I woke up the next day and I actually felt ache in my legs. I was like, okay, finally I've hit the muscles. Because I rarely wake up the next day aching from the gym. So it's nice to know that. I know that it's not necessarily a good thing. I know that not aching doesn't mean you didn't train. You know, that's what I'm hearing nowadays from the professionals. But it's nice to know that I've actually hit the muscles. It's like your body telling me, yep, you fucking work those muscles. You can feel it now. It's just, I find it slightly satisfying. I think it's quite universal too. So yeah, the next day on the Friday. Also, I just wanted to touch up last video when I was talking about Monday to Wednesday. I believe it was on the Tuesday that I said, oh yeah, then I just didn't do anything throughout the whole day. That was actually wrong. I did. I did my jiu-jitsu video edit, which I'm using to track my jiu-jitsu progress. So I did that in the middle of the day, and so I wasn't just doing nothing for the whole day. I believe that's what I said though in the video. I just forgot that I did it. But yeah, so the jiu-jitsu progress is coming along. It's not quite as far along as my food and activity and sleep log, but it's on the way. Okay, so the Friday, boom, up. Had a porridge around the same time that I went wrestling the day before. So I think the porridge at 9:30. Then I had no training on Friday. Oh, I remember why. So yeah, unfortunately, one of my friends, and he is one of my friends, one of my good friends, but for some reason he really takes. I mean, he doesn't even take it seriously, but I feel like he enjoys the powers of being a receptionist at a gym. And you might say the powers, there's no power, yeah, I know, but like the little powers that he does have, he likes to exercise. And I love this guy. He's a fucking lovely guy, but it's just annoying because when I actually gave him that job, and when I was doing it, it's just chill, man. You know, it's just chill. Let me have a sip of my water. I try and be chill, especially to the regulars and my friends. And we have a shower and it kind of leaks at the bottom when you use it. And it has done that for years. It's done that for such a long time. And you just mop it, man. And I used to mop it at the end of every day, and so did the guy before me. But this guy's, for some reason, decided we had no showers. The showers are out of order. The water goes everywhere. So yeah, I know, but we just mop it because people need to shower after they've gone to the gym. And I wanted to meet up with one of my friends who I haven't seen in a long, long time. And wanted to have a little convo after training. I'm gonna go out for a coffee. But my mate was like, no, you can't shower after. You can't. You're not allowed. And there's actually a woman's changing rooms with a woman's shower. And I know that they use that because women hardly ever go into this gym because it's a shithole basically. And he said, no, you can't use that either. I was like, for fuck's sake, bro. So we said, you know what, fuck training, because you know that gym isn't that fantastic anyway. And I just met him up at a shopping centre and we had a big long convo about life. I hadn't seen him since I went travelling. I actually met him at the same coffee shop slash restaurant that I met my sister, her boyfriend, and this girl. Where I met all three of them to plan the travelling trip. I met my mate at the same place. And it was interesting to go in there again after coming back from that whole trip after planning it there. It's like not a full circle, but I was just feeling the energy. I was like, shit, last time I was in this room, this is where I was, and now this has all happened. Crazy. I would never believe if I went back in time to myself a few months ago into that restaurant and I told myself everything, I'd be like, what? No way. But yep, that shit happened, G. Anyway, I told my mate all of it. And I think I should stop talking about it now. I think I'm going to tell it one more time because I still haven't got to that point. I've been recounting my travels through like these video journals in their own little series. I've got my own playlist on my channel for the traveling videos. And I haven't even got to I think I've got just about halfway. I haven't found the time to do the full videos. I've got just about halfway, but once I get past it and I complete it, I'm going to try to never talk about this fucking girl again. But for some reason, because I remember I mentioned this girl briefly to my friend before I left, and I just told him, I was like, dude, this is fucked up, man, because he had some girl problem as well, and we're both just talking like, what the fuck is wrong with these girls, bro? And I was like, yeah, so it just felt good to chat shit, bro. And my mate too. My mate's not so cut up about his situation. He's a bit of a fuck. Well, he's not a fuck, but he's a little bit. He's a little bit, definitely more than I am. But he says he wants to find like the wife and everything. He's like, yeah, he says he probably will go because he's from Turkey. He said he might go back to that kind of area in Europe and find a girl that's hasn't slept with fucking 10 people by the age of 25. Which is fair. I might fucking go with him, bro. Fuck. Anyway, so yeah, we had a lovely convo. It was lovely to see him. I actually got a tan on one side of my face and body because of the way I was sitting outside. It's a very nice day on Friday. But yeah, went and saw him, drove back, had 6 hard-boiled eggs, 3 slices of toast, and I don't remember what I did with my day in between that point on the Thursday. Oh, actually I do. No, sorry, this was Friday, sorry. So, I mean, in hindsight, I should have gone to my training at 9:30 at the gym that I usually go to, but then I planned to just go to training at 12:30 p.m. Obviously, 12:30 p.m. with my friend, but then my other friend that runs the gym said don't use the showers. That fucked it up. So, if in hindsight, it would have been cool to go on the 9:30 and trained anyway, and then gone out with my mate afterwards. That would have been the best option, but for that's in the benefit of hindsight, and that was annoying. Then after my hard-boiled eggs and slices of toast, when I got back from seeing my mate, I was like, all right, let's go training in the evening. I knew I needed to do it. I was like, let's do it. And then I start to leave, and I can't find my fucking cards. I have a wallet for all of my cards, and it's gone. I couldn't find it on Friday, and I still can't find it now, which has been a massive pain in the arse. I've cancelled all the shit on it, and I've frozen my other one, because I still need one to just move around in life. So I've cancelled the credit card, I've asked for a replacement, and I freeze my debit card every time I'm not using it. So when I'm about to get on the train, I unfreeze it, scan, freeze it again, you know. Luckily, it literally becomes active the second I click unfreeze on the app. There's not a delay, so it's pretty convenient actually. And it also, it's an extra, if any of you guys have read Atomic Habits, it's an extra stage that I have to pass in between making a purchase. So then I have an extra point of like, do I really want this? I might continue doing that. Anyway, so that was the point. Was like, I'm gonna go training, but then couldn't find my card, and then I was like, oh my god, I need to sort this out now, because I've still lost that means my driving license is gone, which has my fucking home address on it. And for some reason, UK driving licenses have your fucking home address on it, so if you lose that, it's not good. I have no idea where the fuck it is, but some random guy might know exactly where I live now, which is not ideal. But yeah, that's really fucked up. But yeah, I'm gonna need to get a new one of those. It's gonna cost a bit of money, probably about 20, 30, 40 pounds for everything to be replaced. But fuck's sake, you know, what can you do? So after cancelling some, I cleaned my room up one last time just before confirming that it was lost, and then once I'd cleaned it up, couldn't find it. I was like, right, I'm cancelling everything. Cool. So yeah, did that, and I think I took the dog for a walk. That was quite nice. I think I went on like 2 laps, and by this point I just let myself live. Cause at the start of this week I'd restricted myself from music, but at this point I've just fully given into it, and I walked the dog 1 lap around the field, which is quite a big walk, and I said, fuck it, I'm enjoying this, I'm listening to all this music, I'm going to do another walk. I was listening to the 2024 UFC walkout songs. Some are really good, some are pretty shit, as you expected. It's varied music taste, match with mine. But yeah, massive dog walk, came back, and yeah, that was it really. Came in, had bolognese at about 8:30, had that, and my dad came back from the pub as I was finishing this, as I was washing it up, and just a summary, like this morning he'd woke me up at 9:30, he told me to get up, and he saw me not go to training. He didn't know why, but he saw me not go to training, and then he saw me again tonight when I was just washing up my dishes, and then he just erupted out and started shouting at me for living here for free, which, yeah, I'm 22, I'm living here for free, you know, laugh at me. But I offer him like at least twice a month for rent. I said, do you want rent? Like, how much can I give you? And he always says no. No, I don't want it. When he says maybe when you have a regular income, I'll accept rent, but now it's fine. But I make money from the personal training, I make money from the restaurant, and I offer him money, but he never takes it, and it's really annoying me. But I mean, there's even been times when I haven't even asked him, but I've actually sent him money. I've sent him money for rent, and he'll just send it back, and it pisses me off, because then when he's angry with me, he'll use it against me. He's like, you're not paying. I was like, I offer you several times a month, several times, and I've sent you money before without asking, you sent it back. But then when he gets angry, he'll use it against me. So I won't lie, guys, this never happens, but I fucking lost my shit. I was like, mate, like, how much do you want? He's like, nothing. I said, then shut up. You can't use it against me if you're not going to accept my fucking money. I've offered you so much, not so much money, but I've offered him it so many times. And then he just comes back from the pub and starts cussing me out. Because he's saying that I'm not going to get anywhere in life when, like, as the personal training thing's taking so long. But I'm fucking pushing these guys to mark my work. I'm nagging them all the time. I'm following up, and I can only work as fast as they mark my work. And it's really upsetting, because these guys are getting me in a lot of trouble. I really want to start doing this, but for some reason, they're just taking ages to mark my work, and now my dad is getting the impression that I'm lazy. And he's not completely wrong. You know, I have been pretty lazy, and I have probably been too comfortable. I think I said, like, mate, either take my money or kick me out. What the fuck is this? And at one point he slammed the door on me, and he continued to shout at me on the other side of the door. And I was like, what? What are you doing? It just seemed really gay. Like he slammed the door and then shouted at me from the other side of the door. And I just opened the door and I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, he hasn't shouted at me like this in a long time. He used to shout at me a lot when I was a kid. And there was a massive difference this time. I felt like, I don't know, I felt like he was scared. You know, I was like, why are you slamming the door and shouting at me from the other side of the door? It's super gay. I was like I mean, no, this sounds fucked up, but he's like, I feel like I'm dealing with a woman. You know, he's telling me, I know that's very sexist, but he's telling me one thing and he's acting another way. I say, you don't want rent, but then you're gonna like make me feel like shit and tell me that I'm living here for free, reminding me all the time. I know that I'm living here for free. I've offered you money several times. But then it's like, what? Just pick one, man. But yeah, so that was a little bit of a surprise there. It kind of came out of nowhere. And then he says, join the police or something. Oh yeah, this whole started. I asked him if he knew, because he has private healthcare through his work, and I'm on it. And I asked him if like he knew what the first step was to getting like a full health check, because I'm just interested to get a full health check. Plus, I know people that have had like undiscovered heart defects and fucking died. So I just wanted to know, because sometimes I feel a heartache, sometimes my arms get a bit numb. I'm like, it'll be nice to know. I'm sure it's nothing, but it'll be nice to know. And then he just started going off at me like, what the fuck? Join the police, they'll give you a health check. And I'm like, what? I have spoken about joining the police before. I really wanted to be a police officer growing up. And I have applied 2 times before, and they declined me both times. And I actually just applied again after this massive argument. Because, you know, I love my dad so much. He's a great dad. And he's provided for me well above and beyond, you know. But when he talks like this, I fucking hate it, and I just want to move out so I can actually feel like a actual proud of myself as an actual man, instead of living with my dad and he's like, yeah, you're living here for free, even though I mean, I thought he was fine with it, but this kind of argument would indicate that he isn't. Just get out and live on my own, because fuck that. Like it was embarrassing to have that argument, because he's right. Like, I'm living here for free, and it is embarrassing. But I've offered him money so many times. It's just annoying. It's so annoying, and I couldn't live here for long. You know, if he started charging me the actual rent like somebody else would charge you, like if you don't give like family discounts or anything like that. If he was to charge me the actual rent that this room was worth, I couldn't live here for long. I could live here on a police officer's salary, but I'm not there yet. I've just sent the application, waiting to hear back from them. 3rd time's the charm, they say. But yeah, so the way life's going now after that massive argument on Friday, it's looking like PTing might have to take a back foot after all this time, because these people are taking too long to mark. My dad's putting the pressure on me now, and I need a job. I need something to make money, and the restaurant it's not there. The PTing aren't answering my fucking messages. They're not marking my work fast enough. But police officer is not great either, because that takes 6 months to get into. So fuck. What the fuck am I gonna do? We will see. And I have to figure it out, won't I? Maybe try to take on more of a full-time role at another restaurant, because I'm pretty sure this restaurant doesn't want me full-time. But they are putting my hours up a little bit, but it's not enough. But yeah, I really was not pleased with that Friday night. I was really annoyed with my dad. But it was a bit of a wake-up call as well, because he isn't entirely wrong, calling me a lazy cunt and everything, arrogant prick and all that shit. I told him that I got my arrogance from him. Jokes. But yeah, that was that, and it wasn't great. It wasn't very nice, but whatever. We move on. And he's been alright with me since, but I just fucking, it's just very upsetting. But anyway, we move. So that was what? That was Friday. Oh, that was the middle of Friday. Yeah. No, that's Friday evening. So yeah, went to bed and woke up on the Saturday. Had 4 hard-boiled eggs, 3 slices of toast, and I went to the Jiu-Jitsu open mat. I went to the Jiu-Jitsu open mat at my regular gym, which is a little bit away. Both of my fucking bike tyres have been punctured. I have 2 bikes, and one of the front tyres were punctured, so I got on the other one, and that one was punctured too. So I was like, great. So I had to walk to the station to get to the gym, which makes my journey about maybe an hour and 30 minutes total. I was like, this session better be fucking good. Got to the open mat, and the gym is in 2 buildings, and the first building had fucking paint in it. They were painting it, and to be honest, there was a lot of warning, and it just slipped my mind. I was like, shit. So I got on the open mat, and at first I thought it wasn't on at all, so I was about to lose my shit. Like, for fuck's sake, I just traveled an hour and a half to get here. There's no training. I'm gonna have to travel an hour and a half back. What the fuck? But yeah, the open mat was in the smaller building. It was a little bit busy. It was alright. It wasn't great. In hindsight, I should have gone back to that same one that I did last week on Saturday because it's more local and the rounds are better because there's more room. Not to say the level is better because that isn't really true, but there's more room, so the rounds are better quality for that day. Because it was busy, we're all packed into a smaller room. But you know, it was kind of nice seeing some people I haven't seen in a while. And yeah, I wasn't completely against it. I should have gone to the other one now in hindsight. So I didn't really take a tremendous amount away from that training session. Had a lot of travelling to do around it, which was quite annoying. But yeah, got home. On the way home on that Saturday, I got some burgers for my friend who I was going to a barbecue for. My sister's boyfriend, who's also my friend. And yeah, it was his 30th birthday. Wow! So I bought him some burgers for the barbecue. Turned up. I also bought some cigarellos for him online. I've been keeping those for about a week in my room, and they're way smaller than I expected. I was a little bit disappointed actually. But yeah, they arrived, and then I told my sister I'd be there in a bit. Had some cereal before leaving just to fill up a little bit, and yeah, got dressed, looked good. I put one of my holiday t-shirts that I haven't worn since holiday. It's really nice actually. And yeah, got to his house, and I was really happy to see some of the guys. You know, they used to work at the restaurant. I haven't seen them in a while because a lot of them quit. I was the only one at that whole barbecue thing. Well, actually, there was -1. I was the only one there that still worked at the restaurant we all met each other at. But -1. There's one guy that works like extremely part-time. He does like maybe 1 or 2 shifts a month. But yeah, cool dude. I was like, what's up, man? I met his kid for the first time. And yeah, my mate is into skating, and a lot of his skater friends were there. And obviously, they smoke a lot of weed, so it's really funny just interacting with these fucking super high guys. But yeah, it was actually really chill. I really enjoyed it. And there was actually one other dude. I don't think... Oh, of course I've mentioned this guy. In previous videos, months and months ago, I've mentioned this guy. But I haven't mentioned him recently because he's kind of been out of the picture. But there was another dude in this whole situation between me and this girl. And I mentioned him, like, it's like, what the fuck? How is he going out with her? Like, he's going out on little days out with her. I'm like, no offense, he's a lovely guy, but he's fucking butters. That's really mean, because he's such a nice guy, but he is, bro. I was like, how is he going out with her? I don't get it. But yeah, they fell out before we even went on holiday. I think I mentioned that in a video months ago, and he was there, and he sat down with me, and he heard about my situation with her, and we sat down and we chatted about it for a bit, because he actually wanted to talk to me about it. I wasn't going to talk to him about it. I was going to talk to him in general, of course, but not about the situation. And I ran him through the whole thing, and I sort of relived it again. I was like, God, I remember how that made me feel. I felt like fucking shit. And yeah, I talked him through like a summary basically, and he was like, that fucking bitch. And yeah, man, it's just such a cursed situation, bro. It's fucked up. This girl's fucked. But yeah, it was interesting to talk to him about it from his perspective, because he also absolutely hates the other guy that's also involved. And my God, some of the things he said get him in prison. Fuck me, I can't even repeat it here. But yeah, it was quite a It's quite an interesting time speaking to him. But yeah, had some good, well, not about good food, we burnt most of it. But I did my burgers quite well, actually. But yeah, it was fun. They were doing like beer pong. I don't drink alcohol, but I just, I said, guys, they wanted me to play. I was like, I'm not drinking tonight. And they're like, oh, throw it anyway. I was like, is everyone cool if I throw it? And if someone throws it on me, I won't drink. Is everyone cool with that? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. So I played for a bit. I got one in. I was like, oh, yeah, yeah. I didn't have to drink anything, so I really agreed with them. You know, there was Skate 3 on the Xbox 360 in 2024, rolling with the Xbox 360. It was dope. It was a really nice night. And then I had a little cigarello, sat round a fire, just chatted away. And it was really, really nice. And I was very happy to be invited. Had some cookies and brownies, a double burger. And had and drove home. Got back about 1. I drove one of the old bar guys home. Hadn't seen him in ages. He went travelling too, and he actually met up with my sister and her her boyfriend. While just after we split off with them when we were out there. But yeah, it was cool. Then Sunday, I woke up around 11 a.m. Made myself some pancakes and drove off to work. The Sunday work shift was all right. It was quite busy. I was happy to be there because I hadn't been there in over a week. I was happy to see all the faces because I do like the people at the work, except that one chef. But I do like the people at work, and I was happy to be there. And we had the lighting. I don't know why, but the lighting inside was really nice. They put the blinds down just the right amount. Had these little fairy lights on the fucking fake leaves and the trees inside. It's so nice. I really liked it. And I've been thinking to myself, like, look, if I put all my work in, I work really hard, they will actually put my hours up and maybe promote me. And I like it here. I want to stay here. I know they're getting rid of people, so I got to fucking pull my finger out a bit. So I was trying a little bit harder, and I think they noticed. And it was a nice shift. Did well. And yeah, there was 2 chefs as well that had a Michelin star each, and they were eating at the restaurant. And they're like, "Oh my god, be really careful on table 3." I was like, "Cool." Came over there, poured the water, big finesse, and yeah, it was lovely. Chatted to some of the boys at the end. One of the boys, oh my god, he's like Jay from the In-Betweens. He chats so much shit. He's like, "Yeah, I lost my virginity to a threesome. Did you, mate?" Nice. But yeah, chatted away with those guys. I gave one of them a lift home. And chilled, man. Drove home and listened to lots of bangers. And got in, had some of my roast leftovers. But then I put more of the... I had leftovers of the leftovers, put them in the fridge, and saved them for Monday. But yeah, went to sleep on Sunday. And yeah, that's it. That was the second half of the week. So my goals for Wednesday. My goals for Wednesday are... My goals for Wednesday are... Oh shit. I'm supposed to continue with the personal trainer studies and see what makes a good personal trainer, and maybe build the perfect personal trainer image, see their actions, see what they do. That's what I'll do. My friends, have a successful week, and all the best.